The Girl and the Gull, Episode 4. Now, there's no knowing the magic behind how I was granted my seagullship. No, I never encountered a great sea witch that cursed me to live out my days as a bird. I never discovered enchanted treasure from deep, deep down off the seabed that I rubbed the wrong way. I once struck by lightning at the same time as a gull, so our bodies swapped in a storm. My understanding is that it simply ended up this way. One day, old age, weathered knuckles and hardened hands. The next day, fresh, crisp white feathers and a wingspan of 140 centimetres. Besides, couldn't have been one of them other ways, as I never went to sea, you see.
You worked on the docks and you never went to sea?
Hey, now don't be interrupting me life story. But no, never went to sea. And you're quite right to be surprised, I suppose. Only I got so comfortable with the docks. I was desperate to follow in me pa's footsteps as a fisherman when I were a nipper. Then one day Pa never came back from a fishing trip. The whole trawler, in fact, were never seen again. And that took the wind out my sails. Convinced myself that was it for me. Never dared stretch my sea legs.
I'm sorry.
Nah, don't let it worry you. Wasn't all doom and gloom. I became a foreman.
A what?
Meant I was in charge of all the stevedores and lumpers, the folks who unloaded the boats. But I set those boats up proper too. Handled a team, I did. I was one of the most organised and efficient dockers around. Everybody wanted me on their crew. Alright, you lily-livered lumping lads, no slacking this time around. Soon as that trawler's been spotted on the horizon, I want you on your marks. Jenkins, I want you up at the front with me. This one ain't got long in the port and it's a corker of a hole, so the skipper says.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Well, not quite. Yeah, but close enough.
So it wasn't so bad never going to sea? You didn't need to go on one of those big scary boats anyway?
Well, that's one way of looking at it, I suppose. Was always a part of me that wondered, though. And really, the docks and these streets down here became my life. My skies were about as wide as Fremo. Never knew much else. Nothing wrong with that, mind, if that's what you want. But I think I knew deep down that I wish I had the courage. Even if to just go find me Pa.
What? You think he's still out there?
Who knew what lay beyond? Where all those beautiful boats sailed off to. Not me. And well, now this is just me guessing, but I reckon that's why I got me wings. To see the new sights I never saw. Experience new places I was meant to explore. Those horizons kept thin when they were meant to be broad. I think that's what us gulls are for. Listen to our song and watch us soar. We're reminding folks like you, and folks like me, that out there is more. But do you want to know the best thing I've ever learnt with my wings?
Of course.
It's that when we leave home and return, it can often feel small. But most likely it's better than ever before.
Thank you, Mr. Gull. I hope you don't mind, but while we were talking, I fixed up your wing a little bit.
The gull's wing had been adorned with a lollipop stick splint support, with sparkling pipe cleaners to hold it in place. Well, you've done me a kindness there, lass. I'm sorry for being so salty with you. Wasn't sure you had it in you, was all. Anywho, with that there patched up, I'll have this all done in a jiffy.
Are you sure? I know I could help with
Now, none of that. When you're used to reinforcing the hulls of ships, a little roofing will be a doddle. It looks like you're in need of some rest.
All right. But could you keep the noise down, please?
You won't hear a peep. Off you go. Stepping down onto the ladder one last time. As she closed the loft door, she took a final look at the weathered gull, perched on the edge of that hole in the roof, flapping his glittering wing under the street lamp glow. Sunlight streams through the half-closed curtains. The girl stirs, opens her eyes and slowly sits upright. Still sleepy, she stands up, stretches and sighs a big sigh. She'd half forgotten about last night's events until glancing over at the windowsill. cardboard bits, pom-poms, sticky tape. A once perfect house reduced to rubble. For a moment, she feels her top lip tremble and a panic start to bubble inside of her. Everything feels a bit more real. No talking gull, no scary storm, just her in her new house. Now without the comfort of her old one.
I'm gonna miss you. I think I'll always miss you. But I'll always remember you. And love you. There's no point trying to fix you now, because I used my last pipe cleaner sorting that gull's wing out.
She smiles, neatens the pile with her hands, scoops it up and puts it in a bits and bobs box. Walking back over to the window, she looks down at the street.
It's actually a pretty nice day. No clouds are out, just sun. Bet it's warm. Can't believe all that rain from the storm's dried up. There was bucket loads of it.
The girl wonders for a second if the storm ever happened. How could it turn from torrential rain to a summer's day so suddenly? Come to think of it, how could a seagull crash through the roof of a house? How could she understand a talking bird?
Wonder if that lady and her dog have been past yet. I wonder if I said hello, she'd say hiya back. Right, this is it. Mum, Dad, I'm off outside. Yeah, just having a look about. I won't go far. The sun's warm and nice, and everything's lighter. The sky has more colour than I could see from my window. It's just this big, wide strip of the brightest blue. I can see more of it from here. And if I look from left to right, I can see across half of Grimsby, all the way to that tower. The street just doesn't stop. There's houses and houses either side of me. I didn't realise how many people must be living here. And there's that boy, the one who feeds the seagulls. They're swooping in after those dry fish fingers and bits of stale bread. Is he looking at me? I think he is. He's waving. Is there someone behind me? No. Do I wave back? I guess it'd be rude not to. Sounds like he's shouting something. Yeah, just a minute. Let me just check the roof. There's a gull sat alone, watching the rest fight for scraps in the street. He's just sitting, ruffling his feathers. I wonder what he's thinking. If he's got stories to tell or something to say. I'll give him a wave too, so he knows that if he wants to chat, I'm listening. He's looking at me now, spreading his wings, ready for takeoff. And he's opening his beak.
The Girl and the Gull, Episode 4, is one of a 4-part series written for East Marsh United's Sun and Moon Festival. The series was written and performed by Lisa February and Matthew Gray. Thanks for listening.